Okay, so 5.8 is similar to the one that we did in lecture on the PowerPoint, but since I don't have the video of that one, uh, just because in the PowerPoint it kind of shows you how to do it through a pedigree, um, I thought since I didn't have a video of that one, I would make this video and then also make this will or show you on this one a little bit different way to do it than what you would have seen on the lecture video. Okay, so it's a pretty straightforward one. A normal woman whose father had hemophilia marries a normal man. So you have to know that hemophilia is a sex-linked characteristic from the chapter. But you just start out by a normal woman, so you do X X, and you know she has normal blood type, so she has or wild type, so she has to have this at least one wild type allele. So you know that from just that first little part of the sentence. Then go to the last part, marries a normal man. And so since it's an X-linked condition, you do the genotype here, XY. And so since it's X-linked, he has to have the wild type allele here. Then go to this middle part, whose father had hemophilia. Since this female's father had hemophilia, she would have had to have um, inherited the hemophilia allele from her father because this would have been the father's genotype. This she then would so that X with the hemophilia allele had to have been passed down to the daughter. The wild type, a wild type allele had to be passed down from the mother. We don't necessarily know which what the allele of the other allele of the mother is on the on her second X chromosome, but that's not important. So now you know her genotype here, right? XH with the X with a hemophilia allele and a wild type, and then you know the genotype of the father. And so that you can come up with this whole thing right here just in that very short sentence. And so now it's going to ask you, what is the chance that their first child will have hemophilia? If you remember in the PowerPoint, I think it was I don't think it was talking about hemophilia, maybe color blindness, but in the pedigree it then had some arrows and gave the possible probability of inheriting the Y chromosome and probability of inheriting the X chromosome. Another way that you can do it is you can just set up a Punnett square. And so here with this Punnett square, you have a wild type male getting together with a female that is a carrier, and you just set up the traditional four-celled Punnett square. You take them all down. Here you have wild type, Y, right? So both of these phenotypes are wild type. Here you have a female carrier, but her genotype is wild type, right? Because she has that allele that's making the proper gene product. And then the only one that is going to have hemophilia is going to be the male. Here's a male with hemophilia, so it's 1 in 4. One of the 4 cells has it, so it's a 25% chance or 1 in 4 chance.